an explosion of brightness and color amidst what always seemed like darkness. Not the kind that penetrates and leaves an empty husk behind. The kind that's warm and alluring. Throughout the experience of finding everything in the world that could be considered everlasting and beautiful, there was murkiness, a void of sorts. Flashing lights appeared as the grand observer stared so gently, yet fierce. The two different forces felt like one and the same. It formed a stare that could tremble the very foundation of any mind. There was an awakening, an interruption to what seemed like unbounded slumber. I count the miles between my body and space. I shake my head in denial. I've experienced death many times. I'm cold. My sense of self has transposed with my sense of wonderment, and I feel heat and color. I don't know where I am, but I know how I got here. How many questions can there be that lead me to an answer I've looked for inside everyone I know and everyone I compare myself to? The only colors that can be seen are a product of this altered mind state. I want to reach out to a place where I don't feel judgment for how I decide to lay my path out in Moonstone. In this confinement, I've learned to settle for everything that my mind confides in me. I'm beginning to know why my place in everyone else's reality is all a farce. A lucid moment among the trappings of my inner thoughts could bring me closer to what I've craved for so long. Is this what I want? Is everything I've wanted at arm's reach? Every fragmented speck of light grows into a bigger whole. Every color resembles every dream from my youth. I ask myself these questions for too long now. There are no ceilings in these colors. The patterns in my actions spelled out a word that I know doesn't define what I thought I was. There's beauty to be found in the apathy. I'm content. A blinding light. A chase of sorts. Another broken frame. Absorbed into nature's plane, while my soul roars into uncharted territory. I'm close to where I started, but my heart flickers in and out more than I've ever noticed before. It's love. Burns bright. Fire reduces itself to embers. Every beginning step feels like a spiral, and as I come down in a whirl of haze, a crooked sequence appears. It seems familiar. Facing the concept of my understanding of self, it seems the path is not a blur of perpetual questioning anymore. If this is what could seem like a pathway, it resembles trouble. Strong but passive quakes. A quick detour that shakes. How a swift motion can suddenly throw one off. I keep walking down an endless path. Sometimes the steps that seem to be anchored are those that are just self-made in the name of any emotion. The last hit felt the softest shade of red that I've ever experienced in feel and color. It all divides into bright expansion, and history renames itself for a life. I see the face of love dissolve as I burn. Not out, but inward. There cannot be a perfect moment remembered. A soft wave dissolve, and I'm unexpectedly somewhere else. Somewhere different. Somewhere brighter. It all fades. It all goes. Waking up to the sight of a current being fought in an energy much depleted from sting. It's calm. I feel the motion of connection as the world appears as a painted memory. Double mirror image of personal interpretation for the sake of empathy. It is all too familiar. It is all somewhere I've been before. But then I can paint myself into closer look. and I'm a part of the collective. Once this becomes clear, I come back to self, but different, a ripple that feels in between two mind states. My dreams and reality space split. It's oddly out of place, but I know where I am. That color illustrates two halves that form a whole, balanced beam of who I know I see. Self.